Fiesta Friends, the new community hour show on Fiesta 95 FM with Mark Carter every Monday, 10 till 11 a.m. It's Fiesta 95 FM, it's community hour with Mark Carter. Good morning, everybody. This is Mark C here. Welcome to today's community show, Fiesta Friends. Me, Mark C. I'm lucky enough to be joined today by Katie Santos. She's with me today, joining me from Southampton. She's a tour guide, and she's also got some exciting news about a brand new company for everybody. So we're going to get to that very shortly. I'm just going to let Katie introduce herself. And so, good morning, Katie.
Good morning. Hello. I'm delighted to be here. Thank you.
Would you like to tell everyone a little bit about yourself? Just give yourself a bit of an introduction, what you do, why you do it.
I'd be delighted. So my name is Katie dos Santos, and I'm half English, half Portuguese. I was born in Jersey. I grew up in Portugal. I studied in Portugal, in France and England, and that's why I ended up in Southampton. I ended up at Southampton University.
Excellent. And I am going to give Katie the opportunity today, should she wish to. I'm going to say to her that if you wish to answer in Portuguese and English, it's entirely up to you. But if you're happy to do that, obviously we're a Latin station. I'll be more than happy for you to answer in both Portuguese.
Okay, thank you. I like challenges.
Excellent. Fiesta Friends, the new community hour show on Fiesta 95 FM with Mark Carter every Monday, 10 till 11 a.m. Right, welcome back, everybody. So, over to you, Katie, obviously. Tell us a little bit about, obviously, what you do with Southampton. You're obviously a tour guide. Some of the stuff that's coming up over the summer. Exciting time to be a tour guide.
Yes.
Lots of tourists due to come in, hopefully.
Yes.
Fingers crossed.
Oh, I have a whole list.
So any exciting projects coming up and any tours coming up very soon that everyone should know about?
Yes, so there's lots and lots and lots and lots happening. It's all very exciting. I mean, just this week, we've had the mayor, the 800th mayor, on the 18th of May, kicking Jackie Raymond. Then we had, on Saturday, the unveiling of the Basque children, the plaque at the Civic Centre, the library. So that was also a very international event with the descendants of the Basque children. Some of them still alive in their 90s.
Wow.
Then at the end of the month, we'll know about the UK City of Culture 2025, whether Southampton won the bid or not.
We deserve it.
Yes. Oh, it'd be so exciting, all that energy.
Absolutely.
And then yesterday we had the Mast Theatre first birthday.
Oh, wow.
And that was
gone by very quickly, hasn't it?
That was super, yes. Yes. So the Mast and the Mayflower Theatres are now working together. It really is brilliant. There's lots happening there.
Excellent.
Then we had Queen's Jubilee, as we know, up and down the country, Channel Islands, you name it. Lots of
the good
parties.
Thing is the Queen's fit enough to be involved with all that because she was quite ill, wasn't she? Quite recently.
Absolutely.
So it's nice to know you're doing well, Mark.
Yes, absolutely. And then we're going to have the UEFA Women's Euro.
Fantastic.
So this is just in 4 weeks. So
for anybody who doesn't know, the Northern Ireland women's team are actually playing all three of their group games at St Mary's Stadium. Which is fantastic.
Yes.
And for the city.
Yes.
Fantastic for everyone.
And then we're going to have lots of heritage open days throughout the summer and September, of course. Also on the 19th of September, there'll be a second unveiling of a plaque dedicated to Los Niños, the Basque children, at Townquay Park. Townquay Park's going to become a park dedicated to the refugees by default. So they already celebrate the FIPO, the Far East Prisoners of War, and other refugees. And now the Basque children, Los Niños, really makes sense as well that they're all there. So it's all happening. All happening.
We're lucky, aren't we? We live in a city that's so diverse, so much culture. I mean, I live in St Mary's, and I said to somebody, I love it because it's such a diverse area. There are so many different races, genders, creeds, all sorts, religions. It's just a fantastic place to be in the city as a whole. It's just a fantastic place to be. It's full of culture. If we don't win the culture bid, I'm going to be quite upset to be.
Yes, it's the heritage and the art, the culture behind this, but it's the people, the community that makes it all. We're so international here. Every single nationality, religion, ethnicity, you name it, you find it in Southampton. And also the different ages. I found yesterday at the first anniversary at Mast Theatre, different ages. There were a lot of children on stage, a lot of teenagers. There were grandparents in the part of the public, different ages all together, and also different religions. There was art. Asia was there performing. There was a bit of everything. Lots of different, very vibrant and lots of colour. There's beautiful dresses and saris. It was just wonderful.
Well, we were down at Derby Road also on Saturday for the community day with Fiesta, obviously Hampshire and Stubbury and other people. and had the girls there all dancing African dance they were doing.
Wonderful.
Fantastic, and they were all obviously in their lovely colourful dresses, and it's just a really good event.
Yes.
And just demonstrates sort of community and what community is all about in Southampton. And for me, it was a really good heading up a community show. It's just a really good advert for community and what community should all be about.
Absolutely.
And, you know, not only promoting obviously the organisations, but saying to people, look at the organisations we have got in our city.
Yeah.
Reach out to them.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to say, I need a little bit of support with this. A little bit of support. So many different varied organisations in the city.
It's about coming together and engaging, and also these things are free. If you're worried about the paying or anything like that, they are free. You can become a volunteer and help others, or if you need help is out there. Communicate. Just ask for help. Absolutely. There are lots of associations and clubs out there. I know Southampton does online talks, and now we have a series of summer evening talks at Portswood Library once a month. I was there last Wednesday talking about the history of wine heritage of the city. But we have Spa, Southampton, World War II and the Spitfire, Shakespeare, the Women of Southampton, never ending. We do it all for free for the community.
Wow. Well, I have a little bit of a personal connection with the Spitfire, and the fact that obviously my hometown city, obviously the Spitfire was obviously designed and built here, but also my granddad during the Second World War was an anti-aircraft gunner and was actually one of those responsible for protecting the Supermarine factory.
Wow.
A little bit of sort of family, kind of a family tie there in a way. And obviously being a Saints fan, going to St Mary's Stadium, obviously the gasworks was the victim of a bombing in the Second World War.
Yes.
And there is actually a plaque that's on the side of the stadium that relates to that now.
Yes.
And I found out years ago, John Ellery, who we all know quite well, has been involved with community radio and local radio. It turns out John's father actually worked at the gasworks during the war.
Yes.
And on a specific day it was bombed, he'd actually gone home for a cup of tea and avoided the bombing as a result. But the plaque that's actually on the side of the stadium, John's dad was actually instrumental in campaigning for that to be done.
How incredible.
Fantastic.
How incredible. In front of Debenhams, in the park, there is another plaque dedicated to the children who are also victims. And if you go inside the Mayor's Parlour at the Civic Centre...
We've actually been there recently.
Did you see the hole in the floor? It's not a hole, it's just blackened. That's because of a bomb. Yes. So
I mean,
it'd be fun to
preserved it as a memento of how much damage was done.
Absolutely, remind people of our past. But it'd be fun to go around Southampton looking at all the plaques. Not to mention the blue plaques all around Southampton, all the famous people. It is quite exciting. It's interesting. It's history.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much around the city that a lot of people don't know about. Obviously, from your point of view, you know, culture, heritage, history. There's so much of that in Southampton. So it must be a fantastic place to be a tour guide.
And it's varied. We can talk about the Romans, the Saxon, the Viking, the Normans, but also at Westgate Tower, next to Westgate Hall, Southampton mans an exhibition which is dedicated to the Mayflower. So we didn't get to celebrate the Mayflower 400th anniversary because of COVID, but the exhibition is there and it's free, and we welcome dozens of people every weekend. You can go up 2 floors, you can see the Anglican gun port, and there's so much to see, and all about the Pilgrim Fathers. Yeah,
and you mentioned Mayflower. I think there's a lot of confusion, isn't there, over the Mayflower itself and the Mayflower Monument, what the Mayflower Monument actually states on there. And a lot of people are under the impression that everything was done from Plymouth and no ties.
Yes. So there's an obelisk. There's an obelisk with the Mayflower at the top. This is in front of the Royal Pier and the Wall House, the Dancing Man Brewery. You will see an obelisk there by the water, and it's a beacon with the Mayflower at the top, made of copper, and then it's got the 3 craters around the beacon, and at the bottom it's got plaques dedicated to those who have descendants of the Pilgrim Fathers. So what happened was in 1620, 2 ships left from Southampton. One was called the Mayflower and the other one was called Speedwell. Mayflower left from Harwich in London, and Speedwell came from Holland. Had people fleeing from religious persecution who wanted to go to New World, start new life. So off they went in August of 1620. It all went wrong for the Speedwell, kept on putting water, so they had to return. As they came back, they went to Plymouth. So that's the second leg of the story. In Plymouth, they tried to recover the ship, but it wasn't possible. They all went on board the Mayflower in the end, all crew, passengers, presumably animals, pregnant ladies, guns, you name it. There was another ship called Shallop, and which was dismantled. And the idea is once they got to the New World, they'd have a ship to go fishing with. So there's 3 of them in theory. Right. 2 months later, they all arrived in Cape Cod, and it was the natives, the Indians, that saved them because it's terribly cold, and they offered turkey and root vegetables like pumpkin, which is why they still celebrate Thanksgiving in the United States. And only later did they sign the Constitution, and that became what we now call the United States of America. But it all started in Southampton, and the roundabouts near the Royal Pier and the hotel, the Holiday Inn.
Yep.
Yes, and the arcades.
Everybody.
Yes.
That's one of the reasons Katie's a tour guide for Sea Southampton. That's a big wealth of information there. So I think we're going to take a little bit of a break. It's Fiesta 95 FM. It's Community Hour with Mark Carter. Getting back to the show today. So, obviously, Katie Santos is with me. Katie's from Sea Southampton, and she's got lots of information to give you now about upcoming events, etc. with Sea Southampton, and some more exciting news after that as well. Yes. So I've mentioned the library talks, but we're also going to organise something for Father's Day, and we work with a local company called Made in Here, sustainable and local products, and they have Ernie, a milk float, as in Benny Hill. And we're going to do walks with Ernie. So that would be exciting. And people to have the opportunity to look at all the local products as well. We also organise e-bike tours with Made in Here. And so we go around for 2 hours, and maybe you will see different parts of Southampton, monuments and buildings and parts of Southampton you've never been to. E-bike's very comfortable, very, very easy to ride, but you cover double the ground as if you were a normal bike. Yeah.
And also sailing. We partner up with First Class Sailing, and we're hoping to go on a boat. So you can go sailing for a day or a taster. You can sail or not yourself, or you can just have a nice time. But there'll be a guide on board telling you all about the history, all about the Solent, the 5 Tudor castles, all about the Spinnaker Tower, all about Osborne House. It goes on and on and on. We're hoping to continue the tours and brunch, to go for a tour and brunch for a bit of networking. And, of course, my baby vault in Vino. So with people going to see the underground medieval vaults. And then go for wine tasting, which I organise, and I'd love that event. It's so much fun, and get people talking and having fun and drinking a little bit of wine, trying the wine, comparing the wine. It's a lovely evening.
So obviously that's obviously Sea Southampton. So in regards to Sea Southampton, how do people get in touch with Sea Southampton? How do they find out what's going on?
Well, we have a fantastic website. We also have an amazing Facebook page, which is now followed by more than 30,000 people. Can you believe it? We're on Twitter and Instagram. But if you go to Sea Southampton, we have 7 accounts with different subjects. But the main one, just go to Sea Southampton Facebook page. Also, you can send us an email to info@seasouthampton.co.co. That's SEE southampton.co.uk. Or just call us.
So, moving on from there, obviously you've got a brand new venture, Katie, that I know you're really excited about.
Yes!
So obviously, if you'd just like to let everyone know what it's all about. So this is a brand new company Katie's launching, and the name of the company is...
Oak Tree Tours.
So,
dun,
Katie,
da, da, da.
tell us what it's all about, well, you've done it, and what you hope to achieve with it.
So Oak Tree Tours has been founded by me, and it's all about fun days out and activities, learning a new skill, and meeting people. It's all about networking. Because of my heritage and my background, traveling international, because I'm a teacher, a court and police interpreter, and a tour guide, I brought all these skills together, and now I'm taking people out, say, the New Forest or Southampton, to a place I've never been to before, to do something different, see something different, experience something different. I can do it in 3 languages, but also they will learn a skill. There'll be a pedagogic element to it, so you'll learn something. So you tell me what interest is in your budget, the size of your group, and they're all bespoke. I will organise something for you. Or I can just do general networking events, or netwalking, as I call it. We're going to go for a walk, a little group of people to meet each other, maybe with the same interests, and just have fun.
So obviously, is that actually been launched now, or when's the actual?
It's going to be launched this week.
Oh, right.
Yes. So it's all very exciting. You see, I've called it the oak tree tours, because there's one thing that Portugal and England have in common: is the oak trees and the acorns. So when I go to the New Forest, all these fantastic old oak trees, and because my background of Portugal. If you think about the vineyards, if you think about the wine tasting in the city of Porto and the cellars and the casks, so it all makes sense. And I also like to take groups of Brits to Portugal, to my beloved Algarve, and explore the food, the everything, show people how they fish traditionally, how they catch the octopus, how they make the schnapps, the local schnapps from strawberry trees and figs, the local products, and do the same for the New Forest in Southampton. So I went to show people the local chocolatier, the local soap maker, how they make wine here, sparkling wine, biltong, you name it. There's so much happening in New Forest, and tell people about punnage, all about mushrooms. I could go on and on and on.
That's all right. We don't have a problem with that. It'd be a very short show if everyone that came on didn't talk about anything. So
yes,
I must apologise, everyone. I'm aware that we've got a very slight echo still today, so I do apologise for that. We are working with it, and we're doing our best. So I apologise if you hear a bit of an echo. Although I think the echo might be more me than anyone else, by the sounds of it. So we'll see how we go. Fiesta Friends, the new community hour show on Fiesta 95 FM with Mark Carter every Monday, 10 to 11 a.m.
Always with you.
Fiesta FM. Your community radio.
In your home, in your car, at work. Fiesta 95 FM.
From the heart of Southampton, from England to the rest of the world, this is Fiesta FM.
Right, welcome back everybody to the community show today, Fiesta Friends with me, Mark Carter. I'm joined by Katie Santos today. So Katie Santos today from Sea Southampton, and the brand new company Katie's launching this week, Oak Tree Tours. So we're still talking about Oak Tree Tours. So back to Katie for more information about Oak Tree Tours and the exciting stuff coming up. Over to you, Katie.
So we mentioned the wine tasting events. I'm hoping to go wine tasting in Southampton, New Forest, in the Algarve in Portugal, Porto, also in Portugal, maybe Spain. We know that in 1500s, Queen Mary and Prince Philip of Spain granted monopoly of the sweet wines to Southampton. This was a major thing. Presumably the sweet wines were the Jerez, the sherry, and the Port from Porto in Portugal. So this is a big thing back in the 1500s. I've started doing these wine events. So we visit the wine vaults and then we go for wine tasting. And it gets the people talking, and I explain in general terms all the different wines. And for those who know nothing about wine, it's a real eye-opener. And it's fun, good quality wine. Pair up with the right things, whether it be salted almonds, whether it be cheese or pate. It's just fabulous.
Sounds like people are getting spoiled.
Yeah, they are. But there are other things people could do. You could do stand-up paddleboarding, the Hamble and Bewley rivers, sailing, golf, you name it. If you like to learn a language, we could have a language taster. Maybe a full immersion course. I've now taken a few people to Portugal in June for 5 days for an intensive course. Fantastic. And there's 3 hours of learning in the morning, and then sightseeing. Yes, and sightseeing in the afternoon, where the student has to practice the grammar point and the new vocab. So I would like an ice cream. I would like a pastel de nata, the custard cakes. I would like a coffee.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, because I didn't realise what an egg custard tart was.
Yes.
It turns out it's
Portuguese pastel de nata. Yes,
the custard. So that was me saying egg custard tart. Didn't I feel silly?
Well, we know about the Portuguese rosé. We know about the Portuguese vinho verde and the excellent red wines from the hot regions. There's a lot to explore in Portugal. But what I was saying as well was we could cater for individuals, for groups, but also for corporate clients. So if you've got team building exercise you'd like to do, I could bring the team together and we could go cycling in a New Forest, followed by pub or followed by cream tea in a New Forest.
That's a really good idea, because I know a lot of corporate companies, a lot of companies I've worked with previously, they always struggle to come up with ideas of what they can do for a team building.
Yes.
Even community radio stations, for example. So anybody that's involved in any organisation locally can obviously contact yourself.
Absolutely. And maybe we do whatever they like. If it's a walk, it's a walkway. Maybe it's cycling, maybe both. Then we can stop and do barbecue, say Leap Beach, or there's so many places you can legally do barbecue, or open air yoga. So there's a lot of well-being, both freelancers and corporate, posture, yoga, Pilates.
Yep.
Or if you're a bit more academic, you'd like a workshop, or you would like an online talk, organise that as well. So it's all according to your interests, your requirements and your budget.
Yep.
So they're all bespoke. I'll organise whatever you'd like me to organise in whatever language, whatever level. Because I'm a teacher, I'm a lecturer.
You'll be in very good hands, because obviously Katie's a teacher, linguist, guide, so you can't really go wrong.
No, it'd be fun. It'd be fun. Also, the thing is, I'd like to form partnerships with local companies and experts. Say you'd like something with music, well, I'll go and get the experts. So if it's music, we've got Martin Brisland, we've got Martin Perry, we've got Tony Wright, Tutu Marcondes. So say you'd like Brazilian music, I could contact Tutu Marcondes and organise a Brazilian festival, for example. If it's about colours, your thing, then colour therapy, I'll go and get an expert, or yoga. So you name it, and I will invite the experts and form partnerships and design something for you.
Yeah, it's nice to know there's going to be a company that's obviously tailor-made to people's requirements, because I think we probably need that now more than ever.
Yes.
Obviously, in regards to well-being, everyone's been for a really torrid time. But I know you personally are quite happy at the fact you've been able to travel to Portugal quite recently.
Mm-hmm.
I believe you caught up with family over there.
Yes.
Can you just explain it to everyone, just the process really? Was it pretty straightforward going to Portugal? Because obviously everyone's been quite worried about all the restrictions, travel restrictions,
yes.
Whether there's a big change now.
Yeah, it has been tough. It has been tough for everyone all over the world. You still have to be very careful. Wear masks where you can if you're in enclosed, confined spaces. Don't need to worry about paperwork, at least for Iberia. I don't know about Spain, but at least for Portugal, you don't need PCRs and you don't need a locator form. At least now in May 2022. And it's all very easy, straightforward. I know that Gatwick and Heathrow and Bournemouth and Southampton all fly to Faro now. Lisbon and Porto really rock. There's so much to see and do. The weather's fantastic, not to mention the food, the quality of the food. And Portugal's renovated something like 400 castles between Portugal and Spain.
Fantastic.
These castles are all open air and they're free.
Brilliant.
Easy to get to, and if you need an interpreter or a guide or a chaperone, I'm here.
Excellent. I know a little bit about Portugal from one of the organisations I work with. Our treasurer goes to Portugal quite often. It's one of his favourite places to go on holiday. I know he goes to Algarve quite often. And he's quite keen on his history. He goes around quite a lot of the historic buildings. He showed us a lot of the photos from Prague recently when he went. Obviously, all the historic buildings.
Yes.
So, I mean, obviously a lot of history. I love my history. It's one of the things I love about living in Southampton. Loved doing history at school. And we were so lucky. We did so much about the Norman conquest and all that sort of stuff.
Well, we are privileged in Southampton. Yeah, we are so privileged here in Southampton. Everyone sees Southampton as a port and it's got nothing. Actually, Southampton has an awful lot. Huge. So, going back to the Normans and the Saxon and the Viking and the Norman, what they've left us is remarkable. Yeah. Say the Normans brought with them language, law and architecture. And we still have Bargate, we still have St Michael's Church, which is almost 1,000 years old.
It's also been slightly restored to its former glory in the fact that Bargate Lions...
The Lions, yes, the Lions are now gold. Back to their original colour, yes. And then... everything the Tudors have left us as well. And then 1800s, we've got the wrought iron, the terminus, the staircase at the southwestern house, which was actually the inspiration for the grand staircase at the Titanic.
We've also got a very exciting project that's still going on in the city at the moment, the Bargate Quarter, where they're redoing that area. Some of the old walls.
Yes, so around French streets, English Street and the new bar gates. Yes, all that's going to be regenerated. The local government, the local authorities done very, very well. I know that in July, the lead of Southampton approved, I think it was something like £6.5 million for heritage, because they recognised the importance of heritage. The vaults were hazardous and dangerous for people to visit. They were crumbling, which was a crime. They're from the 12th, 13th, 14th centuries. So they're finally going to inject a lot of money. But it's great for the locals because we can visit them. The local schools can go there and see what's on the ground, what's in high streets. I mean, Southampton, it's a bit like a Swiss cheese. It's full of holes. It's full of vaults. Absolutely. And one's more interesting than the other. They're all different shapes, different decoration. But also for the visitors. So if you're coming to see the Saints play, if you're coming for a game, and one's interested in football, but the spouse might not be interested in football, you can visit the city.
If you're playing this season, you're probably not coming to the football, to be fair.
Okay, say you're a cruise liner passenger and you're here for 6 hours.
Yeah.
You don't have enough time to go to Windsor. No. You might not have enough time to go to London. So one thing you can do is stay in Southampton. We have 3 museums. We have lots of exhibitions, fantastic art gallery. We do parks, the number of parks in the city.
Well, we do actually still have a castle in Southampton, everybody. Unfortunately, you can't visit. It's actually Netley Castle, which is now actually residential. I think it's been converted into. But
we have 5. Well, let me tell you about the castles. We've got 5 Tudor castles. One is Netley, as you said. Okay. It's privately owned now in Netley. The other one's the other side of the water. Cowes, which is now the Royal Yacht Club, I believe. The other one is Calshot.
Right.
The other one no longer exists. I think it's called St Andrews, which is between Netley and the Hamble Point, the marina. There is a stone on the water, and there's a plaque that says Andrews Castle. So that's just been reduced to a stone. And then there's Hurst as well. So all these were built by Henry VIII.
Right.
So that's why they're all strategically placed, aren't they? All around the Solent.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to somebody, because obviously somebody said to me, how come Southampton's always been targeted over the years for certain different things during bombing raids, etc. It's because it's a strategic
because it's a port. Yeah. So we had the pirates, the raid of 1338, with the French and Genoese pirates attacking. Lots and lots of different raids. There's what else have we had? We've got Tudor times, yes, with Henry VIII, and then Napoleonic times. So that's why Portsmouth has lots of all these towers on the water, and that was defense against Napoleon. Yeah, so forever being invaded. Now, happy times, we've got cruise liners. We've got about 600 cruise liners a year, which brings an awful lot of wealth to Southampton economy. A huge difference in the economy. It's about 3,000 to 7,000 passengers on board each one. Some days we have up to 4 or 5 a day.
I know a lot of us car drivers complain when the docks are really busy and it takes us forever to get anywhere. But let's not forget, everybody, the amount of income we get and the amount that contributes to the local.
And these people really, really want to know about the culture, and they really want to go to the museums and go through the parks and learn more. They love culture, so it's a really good thing.
Oh, absolutely. So, regards to, obviously, See Southampton, Katie, a lot of people are wondering, how do I find out about See Southampton? How do I get in touch? Is there a website?
Yes.
An email?
So, website, See Southampton. There's also Facebook page, See Southampton, SEE Southampton. Instagram, Twitter. Can I just stress that Facebook, we've got 7 accounts. One just to do with churches, one just to do with the Mayflower and the Pilgrim Fathers. And it's quite interesting. Just have a look and see what takes your fancy. We have we answer the emails within 24 hours. We also have telephone numbers. So just look us up.
Okay. So that's on.
And Oak Tree Tours very much wants to work in parallel, in conjunction, partnership with See Southampton. So excellent. We will work together. Okay.
And regards to Oak Tree Tours, obviously brand new company you're launching this week, and we wish you all the best with that.
Thank you.
Are there contact details for Oak Tree Tours?
Oh yes, so the website the website is oaktree-tours.com. I'll repeat that, oaktree oaktree-tours.com. My email is Katie, Katie, at oaktree-tours.com. And there'll be social media as well.
There we go. So obviously that's launching. Which day this week is it you're launching? And is that across social media platforms?
Hopefully Wednesday, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'll have social media for everything. There's just so much to organise at the moment.
I'm imagining Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
Yes.
So
yes.
all your social media platforms, everyone.
Watch out for Oak Tree Tours.
So Katie Santos, obviously Sea Southampton Oak Tree Tours, tour guide for Sea Southampton, teacher, linguist, woman of all talents, comedian as well apparently from what we've heard earlier. Yes, so quite an amusing little
well, the thing is, I hope to be a little bit different in that I offer quite a few languages, and also you'll be learning a new skill.
Brilliant.
Or something, whether it be language, whether it be basket weaving, whether how to make chocolate, how to make bread. Brilliant. You name it, but you'll always pick up a skill.
Wow, I can sit here and talk all day to Katie, I really could, but unfortunately that's the end of the community hour today. So thank you for joining me, Katie, for the community show Fiesta Friends today. It's been really great having you in. Hopefully you come back at a later date and we'll see how Oak Tree Tours are doing.
Thank you so much.
I'd love to have you back on. Thanks ever so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye for now. Fiesta Friends, the new community hour show on Fiesta 95 FM with Mark Carter every Monday, 10 till 11 a.m.